here we are again. Going over past dreams and ready to dream again. Even as we struggle to understand these bizarre worlds and creatures, with nothing communicated to us directly, it's like we just get it. And we know that there's no way for us to be sure of our interpretations, but they still seem so concrete once we are allowed to stew in them enough. Well, let's get to dreaming again, because there's something I forgot to do last time, or rather something I didn't get the chance to. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Yume, Nikki. Let me in. Now this one, I started out in the dark, but there were all these flashing lights around me. Creatures that seemed to be smiling. Some were mischievous, but I got the impression that they were having fun. When I got close, none of them harmed me. And as I walked further, I could see definite walls, machines glowing. And I started to get the impression that this was a fun place, like an arcade. Everyone here was trying to have a good time, but I couldn't find any machines I could interact with. I mean, I couldn't figure out what anything did or how I used it. Some things made sounds as I approached or touched them, but I couldn't figure out what the object was. There were these strange statues all over the place that always seemed to be samey at first, but as I inspected them I would find that they were different and I couldn't maintain any sense of direction. I would wander these halls to different chambers. I felt like I had come here for some reason, like there was some game I wanted to play, which I kept desperately looking for, even though I realized that I wouldn't even know it if I saw it. Occasionally there was a creature that looked confused and didn't glow like the others, but those were few and far between, and either way nothing would talk to me, or if they didn't speak a language I could understand, almost in tones similar to some of the brightly colored tiles I was walking over. It really is weird how talking about these worlds like this helps to put them in perspective, to form a concrete idea of them in my mind. I'm gonna try to do that for all of them, but right now I'm just trying to get out of here. Oh wait, right, I can just pinch myself. It's been a couple of days since I recorded. And straight back in, because there's also my other motivation. Effects. Which ones do we have, by the way? We had Frog, Hat, and Scarf, the comfy one, Neon, Oni, Lamp, Flute, and Umbrella. Let's try this one. Oh my, that is truly dark. And not just colored objects on a black background like before, even our character and the door are shaded. Hang on, wait, I might have something for this. That actually does seem to help a bit. Yes, look! We can illuminate the area around us. Okay, so some of these effects will actually have practical uses. Oh, that is so crazy, the idea of being able to take knowledge gained from one dream and apply it to the exploration of another. Oh, I thought these would be like hedges, but I can walk over them. You there. What's your story? Some things can only be interacted with from beneath. You seem to be moving a bit, but I can't talk to you. You don't have a mouth, so it's not like you could talk back. Is that a knife on the ground over there? This actually looks sort of like a hand. Like the hand of that huge creature floating in the background of the first dream. I mean, it's just a vague shape, but my mind immediately went there. Kitchen knife. That's also an effect. We can't see with it. But we can toss it back and forth between our hands. So it is an effect, but presumably we can't use it to hurt anyone, which is fine by me because I don't want to hurt anyone. Maybe that flute that we got in the last episode could be of some use. And something I just remembered, we do have to make sure to go back to that staircase with the hands. There may have been more for us to see. Every once in a while we get music that is... Oh, hello, who are you? Hey. You don't want to talk? Maybe I can follow you. And listen to that music. It's calm, but with a slight sense of foreboding, like I'm walking down a hallway and I know there's going to be something at the end of it, but I don't remember what. Oh, wait. Are you actually following me? Well, hey there, buddy. You can tag along if you like, I suppose. We're finding more of these patterns. What if I bring you back to you? No, you don't seem to care. Okay, well, keep heading downward then. Off into the abyss. You're still with me, nevertheless. There's the knife again. So once again, these worlds are looping. I'm gonna just take that as a given at this point. Oh, look at that. We can even get you on screen twice. But I don't think there's going to be much to be found here. Which may be a bit of a premature statement, given, well, what we experienced in the last one. We found that umbrella after a long while of searching. There we go. If I lead you to the door, will you do anything with it? No. Will you follow me through? No. Okay. Now, just because we've seen someplace doesn't necessarily mean we won't want to revisit it. Speaking of, I do actually have to get back to here. Oh no, it was here, I think. Yes, this was the strange one. This is the one I've most learned to navigate. I need to find those stairs again. Here's that bed. Let's see if it's cooperating today. No, unfortunately not. Okay. We'll just have to look for some... Because we have seen them in other worlds, too. I just can't remember where. This is the only one I can definitively reach. Okay, we'll just go with the flow then and let things happen naturally. So I guess that means that next up would be this one over here, right? Ooh. I've found my people. The background reminds me of a bunch of cables laying across the floor. And the music makes me feel like I'm being ambushed, surrounded. And there are distinctive, hostile-looking beings within that cable work. I can't interact with the candle. What are you? I was in this huge factory floor. There were cables twisted and knotted across each other lying all over the place, and it was lit only by candles. There were these strange headless creatures just shambling about, all walking in one direction, but towards a destination I couldn't see. I just got one of them to turn back. Maybe if I go in the direction they're heading, I'll be able to... No, they're all heading toward each other. Like they're the workers in this factory, even if I can't see what they're doing. Hello, wait, I just saw a little brightly colored neon gnome moving about. I didn't even know the word to describe what it was doing, but hey, another pyramid. We've seen these things throughout, haven't we? Maybe we can crawl inside? Was he coming out of there? There's the googly-eyed turkey woman again. Oh no, go, 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 go! And you toss me in prison, so in that case, you might be line of sight based. Look at this. You take me to a boardwalk surrounded by lanterns on a moonless night, suspended in a dark ocean. And even though we've been caught, the music is calm, as if this is at least a respite, if not what we wanted. We'll have to wake ourselves up, though. Okay, I am definitely going to be going back and mining that, but not before I write down my thoughts. Oh, hey, I just found something else. I was coming back to do the description, but I guess there's something else here. After feeling my way around in the dark, I came across an archway that took me to a brightly lit desert that somehow seemed all the more hostile, like I could hear the sun beating down on me. It was full of these strange, writhing plants that blocked my path from progressing in any direction. Normally, these worlds are quite open. This is one of the only ones where the edges seem to have a definitive endpoint, but we can walk straight through them. The issue is going to be making our way by all these obstructions. But somehow the desert clearing out into actual desert makes this feel even, well, I guess more dangerous. The desert clearing out for actual desert makes it feel like, I don't know, like I'm going to lose my way. These boxes with an opening on top, the faces can be facing upward or sideways, but either way, the opening is always facing towards the sky. Still, they seem pretty distressed about it. Wow, this goes a long way upward. Oh, I would be very surprised if there's not a lot hiding in here. Clear lines of sight all around, but not for me. And normally that's something I would criticize about a top-down perspective, but, well, perspective can be weird in dreams. It's totally possible to not perceive something that's right in front of your face, to see things at an angle that isn't possible. It's only ever when you wake up that you realize your perspective didn't make any sense. More of them. I wonder if there's any effect which could interact with them. I wouldn't guess so. But I mean, if we have any loose trash in our pockets that we need to get rid of, I mean, now would be the time, right? Still, this desert does feel like a desert. An endless walk, only occasionally interrupted by some landmark that nevertheless doesn't really help us. Sooner or later, I imagine this will loop, if it hasn't already, but it's so big and wide, it's hard to tell where that would happen. If it's happened. As I watch the desert scroll by, it's having a weird illusory effect where I keep thinking it's going to scroll past the bounds of my monitor. Like I'm looking up at it and it's like I can see that black line receding ever so slightly. Still not finding much though. And at this point I'm not sure I'd be able to find my way back. I've started trying to head more to the right, because clearly up isn't doing anything for me. That's the direction I entered from, but at this point, who knows if this is going to help either. It's starting to seem like finding those landmarks as closely together as I did was something of a stroke of luck, because I'm finding nothing right now. You guys again. I've been here before. We have looped, it just took a very, very, very long time. We actually seem to have hit a real bottom. It's hard to get through. Wait, there's no way. No, we have made it back. Anytime the branches get dense, that's when we know we're back. But it's still very, very hard to navigate in. The drone in the air here makes me feel like I've already done something wrong, and now I'm just wandering, waiting to find out what that something is. Like doom is already assured, and I'm feeling it in such an unspecific way. Although being lost in the desert will certainly do it. We're going far past where this should have blocked us, actually. Wait, what? Okay, I feel like shenanigans are happening now. I feel like shenanigans are happening. Oh, wait, there's something there. There is something there. I wandered for what felt like hours until I came upon a dusty old shack in the middle of some of those plants. Inside it seemed so much bigger than the exterior would have implied. There was some creature drinking from some huge appendage from a steamy pool of water. I attempted to engage it in conversation. It only wanted to talk about Magic the Gathering. Can I mess with this? I mean, any water's good water now, right? Can't go out that way, that's the edge. There's these huge patterned blocks stacked tall with some gaps. Ooh, we can get out underneath over there. Nope, no we can't. Well, I guess that's it for us. There's really nothing we can do with you? Look at that, it's completely dark in here otherwise. This is incredibly useful. Tell you what, if we use the umbrella, that'll cause it to rain. What if we go outside to the desert and make it rain? We're bringing life to this place now, huh? Or at least one would hope. I doubt it'll actually have any effect, but it's certainly a change of scenery. Now this is where it starts to become a lucid dream. Look at that, we can just kind of twiddle our umbrella a little bit. If I could find them, I would like to visit those, found you again. If I can find them, I would like to visit those cube boxes. I mean, maybe they would fill up with water. I doubt it, but maybe. You guys, howdy there. Doesn't seem like I have any such ability, but it was worth a shot. And it seems trying things with things is going to be a large part of this, although not as much as it could be. No, the emphasis is still squarely on exploration rather than puzzle solving. Which is, well, it's exactly the space a game like this needs to occupy. This is new. This looks like one of those forest formations that it's bad luck to walk through. does not seem to have done anything, but it's still a suspiciously coherent formation. Maybe we should try following it a ways? And we're back to this. It actually doesn't take very long at all to completely see everything. I mean, if you wanted to, you could do a grid sweep like a submarine, but I feel like that's kind of getting in the way of the whimsy a little bit. You know, that thing in the cabin could be taken almost as a friendly presence. You know, you've been wandering for all this time. Finally, you find someone else partaking in exactly what you've been looking for. Although, in the same way, it could be seen as hostile. You've found water, but it's hot, boiling to the touch. Far too hot to drink, and in any case, there's some huge, bright red creature already here, and you feel like you would earn its wrath by trying to take from that well. Is that a magic carpet? Towel! Oh, you came! Oh, and you're a friend now. Oh, I thought you were. Look at that! It started raining in the desert, and even all the way out here, you came to remind me to bring a towel. Okay, what does that do for us? We definitely need it now. Look at that! We can Snuggie it! That is adorable! And with the rain still going, we're gonna need it. It's a Snuggie, it's a poncho. We're gonna use it everywhere. Right through there. There we go. Just had to engage with it a bit. I'm definitely not gonna want to leave after all that. We could go out the other way. Yeah, there's still plenty more to see here, isn't there? But at least now we can do so in comfort. Relative comfort, anyway. It's a whole maze of these things. Do you hear that wind out there? Oh, it is raging. Perfect weather for this game. There's not a tremendous amount I can do about it, though, if it becomes too much. Well, it seems my rain dance, while successful, is not filling these things up. Can we get through here? We can. Straight to the fence on the edge of the desert. And nowhere to go. I don't suppose a frog could hop it. Hang on, we're capable of a little hop, but it doesn't seem to do very much. What about the kitchen knife? Nope, we can't cut our way through. Maybe I'm thinking about this too logically. Ooh, you can bring in the lightning. Maybe that's useful for illumination. Also, I really am just changing the biome here. I'm terraforming. Can we actually enter that box? Well, it doesn't seem like there's anywhere else for us to go. So, nothing ventured, nothing gained. A cutscene. In terms of that fact and the art style here, okay, I can definitely tell this is directly inspired by LSD Dream Emulator. So how long does this go on for? Only until we choose to stop. It's like we peeked into the box and that was what we found. Some creature not unlike the one in the forest, just staring back at us from within. So if I were to come out and go this way, what would I find? Not a whole lot. It doesn't make logical sense. I can't come down even onto that very same place. Oh hey, it's this thing again. Maybe something happens if I walk through it the other way? I guess not. Or perhaps so! It is the fence, a completely different location, a location which is infinite otherwise, so I do think that that did something. We had never even encountered this fence before in all the loops. And here the plants, those things which I had walked by the thousands, seem to come to life. Were these actually dried up corpses rather than plants? In any case, these are strange beings. Okay, we're through. They're like boxes up on poles. I don't know if they more resemble industrial structures like utility poles out of place here, or if they're more like some kind of bird tower or beekeeping post. More of those things, like the only ones alive are north of the fence. It's as if I've been pursuing this goal, but blocked at every turn. And now I'm wondering if it was really a wise decision at all. A temple. The sky is actually quite pretty, and from up here it's like we've transcended the endlessness. So why do I feel such trepidation going upward? Maybe I can be put slightly at ease by the adorable sound of our shoes climbing the stairs. Now I can't even see the ground. And I get the impression there's been something of a time skip, like we've been on here for a lot longer than what we perceived. Looking at the color gradient in the sky, it's like we're ascending the various layers of the atmosphere. Until now, we don't even recognize the world. Straight into a park, and the rain persists, but now it's luscious and green. It's all well kept, and there's lights on the path. But there's something somber about it, like I'm visiting a grave or something. Who's that? You've got an eye like one of those creatures, but you're more like melted pottery. And you disappear as soon as I reach you. We can have a seat on the bench. You know what? If it's gonna be raining like this, now really is a very good time for the umbrella. Oh, you put it away as I... Oh! That actually caused the rain to clear up. Hang on, wait. We can do some experimentation with that. There we go. So we can't have that effect equipped as we're sitting down, is that right? Oh, probably no animation for that. Well, you know what? I like the rain in this area, so we're gonna be bringing that back. It's like we've all gathered to watch the end of the world. There's some insect up there glowing, and somehow that catches my attention more than the city lights. But it's like we're all here together, taking in this moment. I don't know, maybe feeling like it's the last time, even if everything looks to be fine down there. But they won't acknowledge me. I suppose we may as well just watch for a little while. And I can't help but feel a sense of superiority knowing that I'm the only one that thought to bring an umbrella. Actually, they all probably kind of hate me right now because I'm the one that caused this. If I come back, you return. Oh, you don't disappear. You teleport elsewhere. If we chase you down enough times, will something happen? This game, it makes me really sleepy in a good way. This reminds me of either a bathroom in a park or like a subway entrance that doesn't even look like a subway entrance. Those ones on the outskirts of a city at the end of the line. Is this a place where it might be better to switch to a light? It doesn't seem to make a difference. White lilies? And as soon as I touch them, I'm overwhelmed with a sense of calm. I can't go anywhere, though. I can't deviate from the path. I can't... Oh, the tone is ever so slightly different. Okay, I can't quite figure out what that did. So I guess we just head back out and keep looking for more things. It was a long journey to get here. I almost can't believe this is from entering the same door. Maybe it's not the same door. Oh. That geometry is kind of confusing. Were this my dream, I would probably kind of feel like I did something wrong by leaving the group. Like everything was so nice, and now I've come back out and missed the end of the world, leaving me the only one. What are you? That wind is howling out there. Can't seem to interact with whatever this thing is. Some kind of balloon animal. Spectral balloon animal. I discovered it. I get to name it. Wait. Oh, wait, are you my friend from before? You're looking a little different. I'm trying to follow you. Spirit headband. You look a little different, but you're the same type of thing. A recurring image in our dream. What does that do? Ooh, we can go spectral. A gray, ghostly image of ourselves, in fact, partly transparent. This must be some kind of ghost world. a realm of the dead, and maybe we actually didn't survive. Is that where we just came from? I think it is. Okay, let's look around here some more. Oh, it has been such a long time since we saved. And I know I could pinch myself at any time, but, well, that feels like a bit of a waste. I was ready to pinch myself in the endless desert. Did I pass through you for just a second, or was that just weirdness? But anyway, if I had done that, I would never have found all of this. Perseverance is key. Which means there's plenty of places I really should revisit. It all just feels so... I don't know, hostile, indifferent, those things can feel similar, but they're very different. It's like something horrible has happened, but at this stage, there's nothing left to be done. You know what I've just realized? And it is so dream logic-y. I don't remember how the stream started. I don't remember before the desert or what we were doing then. It wasn't the mess of cables. In fact, I think I may have been returning to somewhere, yeah. I think I remember going through an arch, but all that is so vague. I mean, I'll have probably cut this down by a fair bit, but I've been recording for a little over an hour at this point. Even on that time scale, it's so weird that so much of it has left my head. But that's so true of dream logic. The locations, the goals, the people can change. The person who was your friend a second ago could be the person you're trying to get away from the next, and you won't register any difference. I might have talked about this in the last episode, but dream logic really does fascinate me, and it's incredible how well this is capturing it. Even while we do have some amount of lucidity, it's not necessarily black or white. There is a sliding scale to it. It's possible to be partially aware. To be aware that some things don't make up, but accept other things uncritically. Alright, I have looked around for a really long time for anything else. I've seen a lot of the same structures. I think I've probably seen everything here. But if not, I always know how to get back. So, there we go. I don't even know how long it's been since my last save. But that was a crazy one, and I cannot wait to write about it. And it's been a while since we've been out to our balcony. It's actually a bright, sunny day. I mean, it's fully calm, but I wonder if we don't... I talked about this last time. I wonder if we don't interpret this as dull in comparison to the dream state. Like, escapism seems to be a very big deal here. We've got our game console on the floor. It's all very modest, but we're very engrossed in the dreams. I mean, it's all we do. We refuse to leave. So let's get back in. Interesting, then, that when we dream, the first part is always of our own space, with very little different about it. It's kind of like we want this to be our reality. We want this to be what we see when we step through our doorway. And, you know, it does say something that technically our room here is a dream world itself. And I probably should do a description of it too, right? I was on the veranda of a vast estate, a palazzo of some fantastic proportion. There seemed to emanate from it a light from within, this gleaming, radiant marble. I had known this place. I had in fact been born and raised there. This was my first return, a reunion with the deepest wellsprings of my being. Wandering about, I was happy that the house had been immaculately maintained. There had been added a number of additional rooms, but in a way, it blended so seamlessly with the original construction, one would never detect any difference. Returning to the house's grand foyer, there came a knock at the door. My son was standing there. He was happy and carefree, clearly living a life of deep harmony and joy. We embraced, a warm and loving embrace, nothing withheld. We were, in this moment, one. That's a monologue from Twin Peaks, but you could probably say something similar about this area. You know, I really can't believe that was all one world. I need to go back so I can remember just how that one started. This was the candle world. Okay. I wonder if being a ghost will affect the way I interact with other ghosts that we've seen. Actually, we seem to have come across a fair few of them, huh? No? There's you again. Can I chase you down? You, running out of your little pyramid. Nope. Oh, wait, no. Ah. There must be a way to catch this guy. He loops. Got him. Midget. Do we still say that? Wait, how do I get that? Or what does it do, rather? Shrink in size. Tiny Nikki. Huh. Well, there's something we can do. Why we'd want to do it, I'm not sure, but we can do it. I wonder if that actually allows us to fit in anywhere? Ooh, maybe it would. And also probably, I don't think it makes us any slower. Oh right, we never did come back. Wait, no. No, we went through a different door to get where we were. Alright, we need to outrun you. Maybe being smaller means we have a smaller hitbox? Yeah, I kind of doubt it. Nope, you get very... Okay, we can make it. Alright, we can untiny ourselves now. Kind of feels like a Chronicles of Narnia reference, doesn't it? Now all it needs is some snow on the ground. All this feels oddly regal, doesn't it? As if it's inviting us to some grand gathering that we are meant to be a part of. And now that we've made it past the gatekeeper, we should be free to roam. Well, hopefully. These light posts definitely a recurring image that I have taken notice of. Light posts, vomiting, and loneliness. And ghosts. Those are some things that we've noticed. And this thing, we saw this actually in the very first world we entered. And we can climb right back in. This place seems to act as a sort of hub. It's got connections to multiple places. If I try to go back through the same one, will it take me back out to the same place? It will. But I don't believe we had any other options. We can't just walk off through here, can we? No. Alright, back to here then. You know what? Maybe, what if we were Oni? That's right, you didn't do anything before. But in conjunction with the umbrella, wait, what if we tried to use the umbrella here? Do that. And then switch to Oni. Now we can, they have mutual interactions. There are some things that require two of them, and even if this is just cosmetic, even if it is just a little party trick we can do, the interactions are there. We know that some of them have a practical use, so surely that would be the case for combinations as well, right? Oh, there you are. Okay, you are still here. She's like a creature that pursues us no matter the dream. So clearly she's something that weighs heavy on our mind, whatever she represents. Actually, given the googly nature of her eyes, I wonder if she's meant to have a bird-like face or just a destroyed one. There's something over there if we can reach it. Problem is going to be reaching it. It's a different shape as well, and oddly enough, it seems to be a 3D model. What about you? What is this place? Well, wherever it is, it's clearly the end of the road. Hello, strange sea creature. Your eyes roll around. That's another thing we've seen is those rolly eyes. It's on the turkey woman, it's on you. I feel like it's been on a couple of other creatures as well. And perhaps also the appendage going into water. Oh no. I'm sorry, and oh wow, that wasn't cutesy. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop doing that now. Except, no, I'm not. If I come across another review, I'm gonna do it again because I want to see if it does something. Look, the pursuit of science is unforgiving by nature. We can follow in the footsteps of others to see where we can go. It's the only way of illuminating our path. You look like you're entranced, staring off at some event that happened long ago that left you in this state. I want to try the other way first. Getting here was not the easiest thing, although it is all learnable. Once more for completion. What if we do it? What if we do all of them while we're here? Seems like there were, what, 4 of you guys total? Maybe there's even a particular order it needs to be done in. Maybe this is just unnecessary cruelty. Doesn't seem to have done anything. I was in a place where I could walk on water, but only on predetermined paths. There are these large creatures sticking out that scared me at first, but they seemed weak, like they didn't even really perceive me, like they were vulnerable. There was a part of them that I was able to touch, and that seemed to cause them great distress, and even though I felt bad, I couldn't stop myself from doing it. They're staring in this direction, but the footsteps are going the other way. Oh my. It's like our emergence caused you to vomit blood, and you've got those same eyes as the turkey woman. disembodied but realistic limbs all over. You look like some art you'd see on the wall of some temple in South America, which sort of reminds me of the one in the desert realm. This is just a place of sickness. Look at you. Oddly enough, these faces are significantly lower detail than the severed pieces we see around. As if they lost their essence when they lost those parts. 4 eyes out of 2 heads. And you know what the worst part is? This soundtrack, it's making me feel like this is something that was my doing. Like I'm returning to the scene of some horrific act that I committed and had forgotten about until confronted with the evidence. Was that sound you just giving me a little smooch? I will rain lightning on you. But I guess that's all we can do. These hands reaching up everywhere. There's a path of eyes. If we can make our way through them. No, you've all just kind of been discarded here, huh? That thing floats around back there. More eyes. Of that sort of variety. And I can't walk past them. Alright, I'm gonna go vertical from here. You are intact. I'll be honest, I half expected to take your eyes when interacting with you. There's a door here. There is a door here, and it looks like one of the others that's in the hall. Well, it's the first recognizable thing we've found, so let's go. Straight back outward. We went in one door and out the other, emphasizing that yes, they are more connected than we think. This episode was a lot, and I honestly kind of thought I'd get to all the rest of them given the pace of the first one, but what I'm realizing now is that these are really meant to be delved into and re-explored. There's so many different connections and interactions, and I'm clearly going to need to start experimenting. Seeing the last of these doors is not going to be the end of this Let's Play, not by far. Just like a dream, some of these seem to last for hardly a few minutes with only a few locations to see, and others just take you on this whole journey where you have no idea where the time's gone. And I get the feeling that waking up, it would be like waking up from another lifetime. The kind of thing where you have to remember who and where you are. The thing I just can't get over is how all of this is completely open to interpretation. It is going to be really interesting seeing the comments when this comes out, and this is why I think it's imperative that I finish this game before I start publishing videos. Or at least not publish them until I've accepted that I'm ready to take suggestions, because I can't believe how set in some of these explanations I am, even without having any of it stated directly. Unfortunately, I am out of time for as much as I'd love to keep playing, but, well, that'll have to wait until the next stream. Until then, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Whoa, hang on, never mind. The bed in our room did this. Okay, we're not done yet. I am not gonna let this opportunity pass me by. I've seen this place before, and the end of that hallway, the further end, calls to me. A great fire belching forth from the end. But I can't interact. I can warm my hands a bit. Wait, what if I were Oni? Nothing. What if I got the umbrella? I can extinguish it! Yes! Okay, this is exciting. Oh, those things look hostile. It's like some kind of industrial warehouse. This actually reminds me a lot of a certain stage of Who's Lila. The big puddle of blood in the corner there. No. Keep going. Run, up and around. This reminds me a lot of that stage of Who's Lila. Yet another recurring image. Eyes. Like you patiently watch over your little slice of eternity. But it's at least calm compared to where we came from. Let's put that away. Still, it's hollow, as if the soundtrack is echoing off of these rounded walls. You've turned to face me. Ba-doop, ba-doop, doop, doop, boop, boop. Sorry, that reminded me of the Mario death sound. We can play a note. Become your co-player. And you don't seem to mind either. Why do I get the feeling you play the song that writes the universe? You really won't say anything to me? Well, I suppose in your own language you will. Perhaps if I were to try the flute? Wind instruments not your jam? That's alright. On my own act. Oh, look at this. We can crawl into our own comfy bed in the corner. That is adorable and so nice. But I guess that's all to be done here, huh? Alright, there is more. Oh wait, no, we can't leave now. Now we can't leave. I hope we don't have to figure out some sort of pattern. I guess we just keep trying it. Alright, well, it doesn't really seem like there's anything else I can do here, so by the next episode I'll have woken up But sleeping in dreams is always comfier anyway, right? It's like being 2 levels down in sleep. And this bed is much comfier than my own, especially since this ship is like a cradle. But outro, you already get it, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.